Yes, it's 5466 here, and it's been a while, I know, but we are going to figure out where my dialect is from. Yeah. Why? Because I have nothing better to do with my life right now than this. So, totally should be doing something else, but you know what? Whatever. Um, yeah, I've seen this a few times, and I was like, I spent way too much time in two parts of the country, the South and whatever you consider Colorado. And now I'm wondering how where am I from? You know, maybe the New York Times actually knows what they're doing for once, even though every single person imaginable has gotten every single person who writes has gone New York Times bestseller because you know why not? So yeah, and if you hear a humming sound in the background, don't mind that. That's just my fan being my fan because my AC decided to be weird and go up to 80 and drop down to 75 for some reason. So, how do you address your group of two or more people? You all, yous, you lot, you guys. I used to actually say that one. Youins, yins, you, other, or y'all. This is what I mostly go with now. I don't know why. I just picked it up and just started saying, oi, y'all. But I used to either say, yo, you lot, you guys, you, or you all. So, but I mostly say this one. I know this one's yins. Yins is very Pennsylvania. I like saying this one from time to time, though. Blue means less similar. Rain falls while the sun is shining. I prefer to call it liquid sun or sun shower. My I grew up calling it sun shower, and then I started heard that it was called liquid sun, and I'm like, that is a fun way. But the wolf is. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. What? The devil beating his wife. Wait, hold on. Where? Who? Where, who? Since? I'm sorry. I need a moment. Devil has a wife. I need to know. I have questions right now. Monkey's wedding, fox's wedding, pineapple rain. It's a sun shower. It's a sun shower. I call it this sometimes, but it's a sun shower. It's raining and the sun is out, and there ain't no clouds in the sky, or there's a little bit of clouds and the sun is out. It's a sun shower. How do you pronounce Ben? Like set? I I I mean, oh, okay. I was confused for a second because I legitimately thought that was an A. Okay, I can read clearly. Who pronounces it bin? This isn't a trash bin. Excuse me. This ain't a trash bin. It's Ben. Why does no one else say Ben? How have you been? Faster. How have you been? How do you spell? What do you call it? What do you call the sweet spread that's put on a cake? Frosting or icing? I say both. It's both. And it's not one or the other. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I think it's we. I always say frosting for. I say icing on the cake, but frosting goes on cookies, sugar cookies, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. I call it both. I say it's both. What do you call the night before Halloween? What? No one says both. Y'all are weird. What do you call the night before Halloween? Devil's Eve. That's fun. Goosey Night. All I can imagine now is the Cabbage Man from Avatar: The Last Airbender now. Just yelling, "My cabbages!" Gate night, trick night. I have no word for this. I personally call it Hallows Eve, just because it's more fun to say. Because Halloween, and then all you have to do is just change the last little bit. Instead of Halloween spelled HALLOWEEN, you just say HALLOWEVE apostrophe S. Hallows Eve. Halloween. Wait, no. Hallows Eve. Yeah, apostrophe S. You get what I'm saying. I say Halloween personally, so I would probably say other for this one. I know for a fact I am nowhere near the same as the rest of the United States, especially judging by this map. But personally, it's Halloween. The long sandwich, that's a sub. Who calls it a hero? We're gonna ignore this one, but who calls it a hero? Who calls it this? We're not Japan. A baguette. We're not. Are we French now? Are we French? What do you call a traffic situation in which several roads meet in a circle? That's a roundabout or traffic circle. Traffic circus or circle. I always call it a roundabout. I'm going around the route. I'm going around the roundabout. I've always heard it's the roundabout too. Large motor vehicle used to carry freight. I say multiple things though. I've called it a semi and a semi truck, a 918 reeler, and just a truck. Those are like the biggest three. I've heard it called transfer truck. Yeah, English is my language today. Transfer truck once, but if I were to choose, mostly I would say semi. It's a semi. What do you call the small road parallel to the highway? That would be the. It's not. Are we talking about the road that connects to the highway? I'm assuming that's the one, and I would call it the access road because it connects straight to the highway. If it's what I'm thinking of, Frontage Road, Service Road. What do you call something there's across both streets from you and directly or across from you in general? What? It's not the. Is it not the crosswalk? I've never heard of this. I am looking this up. I have never heard of this ever in my life. Unless I'm just dumb, which is a very, very situated diagonally opposite from someone or something. That's helpful. That's extremely helpful. You are so helpful. Okay, what about. Nope. Some people call it kitty corner. I've never heard of this. It's kitty corner from the park. Okay, I'm assuming this is just talking about something that's just diagonal, which is because I've never heard of any. I've never heard of that, so I would only say diagonal. What do you call a sweetened carbonated beverage? It's soda or soft drink. It's dope, is what it is. Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, Coke, Pop. I know Pop is pop. That no pun intended. Pop is extremely popular in the South. I heard if I'm not mistaken, a tonic is. Where is the lemonade from? No, I ain't British. I would call it a soda. That's all it is a soda. How do you pronounce caramel? How do you pronounce caramel? It's caramel. It's caramel. It's caramel. If you say caramel, you are wrong. How do you pronounce the first syllable of Loy? It's rhymes with boy. Easy. Grass in the middle of the streets. That is the what the that's the median. That's not no. There's no. I have median or other. There it is. I was about to say. Every time I say I've called it. I've heard it before. But Boulevard, that's a road name, my friend. Midway is well, you're in the middle of the way. I guess that makes sense. But if I say Midway, I'm most likely talking about the World War II battle. Traffic Island makes it sound like you're in the middle of Hawaii right now, and same thing with I've heard Island, and Neutral Ground makes it sound like you're in World War One. Y'all are weird. What do you call a traffic jam caused by drivers slowing down to look at an accident or diversion of the side of the road? Rubbernecking is the activity slowing down and gawking the traffic jam, but I have no word for the traffic jam itself. There is no word. You're just the traffic. It's I'm just saying. Oh look, someone's hurt. It's a traffic jam. What do you call an easy? I don't call it any of these. I just took a quick look. I call it easy A. That I all my friends called it easy A, and that's where I picked it up from. If it's an easy class, I either say it's an easy class or easy A. Blow off is when I'm just whatever. I ain't doing this crypt course. That just makes it sound like you're doing. That just makes it like sound like you're doing Egyptian courses. Also, gut. That's no. All right, this is easy. It's Firefly. It's Firefly. I heard Lightning Bug, and it's pretty. Who calls it Peony Wally? Who calls it that? Who's weird? How do you pronounce the words Mary, Mary, and Mary? They're the same. What do you mean? They're all pronounced. What? How would you? How else would you pronounce it? Mary, Murray, and Mari. No, they're all the same. What do you mean? Okay, at least we're all the same on that one. Unwanted sales. That is a yard sale. If you don't call it a yard sale, you are wrong. Unless you go to a thrift shop, but it's a yard sale. How do you pronounce the second syllable in pajamas? It's 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 pajamas. Rubber soled shoes. Those are sneakers or running shoes. Ooh, which one is it? I use both interchangeably. I've only ever called them gym shoes in middle school and a little bit of high school. I've never, but that was only because of the fact that we were required to separate them, even though I never did. Actually, no, I did for like the first week, but that's about it. If you call them sand shoes, I'm sorry, those are flip flops. I'm just saying. I've called them tennis shoes before. It's mostly I just say shoes. I just say shoes. But it's either if I were to choose, I would most likely say sneakers. It's a roly poly. These are actual bugs. You guys, what basketball bug? Why? Why? Who? If you if you actually say basketball bug, if you say any of these, why do you say potato bug? Yeah, Idaho, is that you? I've heard pill bug before. That's the most common one I've heard, other than roly poly. What do you call a big road and you drive? Ooh, highway is free. Freeway has limited access, no stops, no intersections, whereas a highway can have stoplights and intersections. C, I use three different ones because it depends on whether or not I'm on an actual U.S. highway or like North Carolina Highway 5 or whatever, or I-40, which is the interstate. So I use, depending on those, sometimes I'll say highways, sometimes I'll say interstate, but I mostly say either highway or freeway, especially if I'm on the interstate. But I'm most likely gonna say freeway, honestly. What? No one really says freeway? That's so weird. Drive through liquor store. We have these in my area. I've never heard of such a thing. Never heard of it. Small freshwater lobster found in lake and streams. See, I grew up in areas where I don't think I had them. And all I know is how Louisiana pronounces it. And I do believe they go between these two. But if I were to choose what I would actually call it, it would probably be called a crawfish. And this is not apparently the three most city like I am are in Florida. I am apparently my dialect is Floridian. I'm for context. I grew up military, okay? I was born in Texas, lived a good portion of my life in North Carolina and Colorado, and a little bit in Washington, right? I spent the majority of my life here and here. So you would think my dialect is somewhere in, a mix of the two, which actually makes sense based off this map. I'm very much have Western slang and very much have Southern slang. But you would think that I would, most likely be either in Colorado or North Carolina. No, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, and Pembroke Pines. All right, we're going to read these. Why the most distinctive answer for each of these cities is sun shower. All three of these cities call it sun shower. Are you kidding me? Well, I guess I'm Floridian now. Oh, oh boy. Okay, I got nothing. I'm not even paying attention to any of the other states because that's just absolutely hilarious. I have Californian in me. I guess that kind of makes sense ish. Not really. I like this does not surprise me in the least bit because I did grow up on both coasts. Like I spent a lot of time all over the place. Bam, 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 bam. Why did I go all the way to Utah? I've never been to Utah. I almost went to the Midwest. Almost. I didn't. I decided, nope, I'm going to stay in Colorado and then go back to Texas because military. But that's besides the point. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I who calls it anything but a roly poly? If you call it anything else besides a pill bug or a roly poly, please tell me why you are the way that you are. Like I know you're wrong. Just admit that you're wrong and move on with your day. You are lying to yourself, and that is why. Exactly. That is why I'm very much least Louisianian. That's hilarious. That is why you are wrong. Just tell me what you call it and tell me why you call it that so I can tell you that you're wrong. Because you're wrong no matter what. I said that. Sandstorm said that. Anyways, Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video, and enjoy your day. See you guys next time.